Hi guys, my name is Naachi and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to draw Hibana from Ubisoft's game Rainbow Six Siege. A lot of people have been asking me to do time-lapse videos again, and in addition to that I thought it would also be a good idea to maybe do voiceovers so you guys can have a better understanding of what I'm doing while I'm drawing, and I hope it helps. So let's jump right into it.
Oh my god, okay, it's starting already. Okay, so I grabbed my cappuccino and I'm ready to talk about art. So what I start out with normally is making a rough sketch of what I want to draw to make sure that I know where everything is positioned, that everything makes sense, that it has a good composition in the end of the day before I start making the rough sketch into a proper sketch where I put more details on, like proper hair, eyes, a face. You can see I do details on the clothing now. I don't like doing details on a sketch because this takes like 1 or 2 hours to do, and then halfway through I figure out, oh no, I don't like it anyway and I need to start again. So you can see I'm trying to draw some flowers. They are for later. So all these details would have just been stupid to draw in the first place if it's just something I'm not gonna go through with in the end anyway. So the next thing I'm gonna do is lining. This is like probably the most boring process. As you could see before, there was like a little table. What I do is that after I'm done drawing on my normal piece of paper and want to start doing outlines, I take a piece of paper that has more gram to it, so it's mostly 190 to 250 gram paper. It is much better for me personally to work on that because the paper is good for colors, to absorb colors later when I work with Copic marker. So I take that paper and take the copy paper and tape them together. Then I have a little table I call my light table. I don't know what they really are called. Tracing table or something. I have one that I built myself. And then I take that table, put the paper on top of it, and then it basically just puts light from underneath onto my paper, so you can basically just trace through. I mean, it kind of makes sense. Tracing table. So this is like the most boring process ever. So if we in the future maybe should skip it, just tell me, we can do that, because there's literally not much happening. It takes forever and I don't know how interesting it is to watch it. Like maybe you can watch it once or twice, but afterwards it's kind of the same. So as you can see, I'm starting to color. When I color, I mostly start out with a base color for the face. It's because I want to make sure that I finish the face first. So if I fuck up, that I could start over again and don't have the whole drawing done already, because the face is for me always the part where you can fuck up the most. It's the part I'm most used to. It's the part that is the safest for me to draw. But the thing is, if I fuck up, it doesn't happen that often, but if I fuck up in the face, you mostly can't save it. It's like it's beyond saving because it's the face. In this case, it's very light skin, and if I all of a sudden fuck up, put a line half through her face, it's just beyond saving. So normally I always say like hair and clothes, depending on the color, are more forgiving. Like you can fuck up more and just make it out to be like, oh, this is just, I don't know, some shadow, or this is just a strain of hair. But in the face, if you fuck up, you're kinda, yeah, you're kinda fucked. You need to start over again. I say fucked a lot. Is that allowed? Am I gonna get demonetized? I'm not even monetized. What I do, you can see I put basically different layers on top of each other. I start out with a base color and then kind of build up from that, as you can see with the hair right now. I did the same thing for the face. I start out with base colors, then take a darker color, then take a darker color again. Watch out that it's not streaky at all. As you can see, I also use color pencils in between. Those are Faber Castell's Polychromos. They're really good. I like them a lot. So that is what I mostly work with, like a combination of Copic markers and Faber Castell Polychromos, because they go very, very well together. You need to watch out a little bit that you don't smear, but after a while you get a hang of it. So you can see here again, start out with a base color, then take a different Copic marker to make it darker, then going darker again, and you can see how many times I actually come back to the face. Like it takes a long time. I think the whole process of me filming this was 20 hours, and then I have cut it down to being around 50 minutes now. It was a long time. It was a long time. I still feel there's some parts missing. I cut out a little bit of material because it was just that long. I don't know if you guys are that interested in seeing the whole thing. But I'm starting to color the hoodie. Again, light color and trying to go into dark colors. A good tip when working with Copic markers, for me at least, when you work with Copic markers, is probably to use them while they're still wet. Copic markers are alcohol-based markers, so they take a little bit longer to dry, but it's only a few seconds, so you kind of need to work quick if you want to make smooth transitions in the skin. Like, is that how you say the transitions? Smooth color transitions. So if I want to go from like a light skin color into those areas where you can see it's a little bit more reddish and stuff, it works best when you work with a base skin color very, very quickly, and while it's still kind of wet, you start using the next color on top of that. You can see I also do that with the hoodie. The thing is, as soon as it's dry, it gets streaky more easily. It can also get streaky, of course, if you take very dark colors and really light colors. That doesn't blend well together. But if you take colors and put them on top of another color that is dried already, it's just not gonna work. It's basically a given that it's gonna be streaky because it's dried. It's not gonna go as good together as it should. So try always to make sure to work while everything is still wet. You can see I also do it here to create like a pink background. I wanted it to have like a base for where to put the roses later. I think that worked pretty well. I'm doing the clothes now. I had no fun doing the clothes whatsoever. The most fun part about this drawing was actually drawing her face. I didn't like how her hair came out either whatsoever. You can see me later probably doing some more things to the hair actually. It took a long time to make the clothes. I'm normally faster when I draw clothes, but for some sort of reason I always have a plan in my head on forehand how I'm gonna draw something. That basically happens when I do my rough sketch. It's like, do my rough sketch, and while I'm at it, and when I'm done with the rough sketch and doing my normal sketch, I'm just thinking through how the whole drawing is gonna turn out. And I didn't do that with this one. I couldn't. I didn't know where I wanted to go. I didn't really know what color scheme I wanted to use. I mean, yes, we know what her basic colors are, but I didn't know what the background color, I wanted, what to draw in the background in the first place. So those roses were kind of, I don't know, improvised as well. I didn't think it was the best idea. I didn't know if I should maybe put a frame around her or not. So everything was a little bit improvised, and I really don't like working like this. Like, I am really happy to have like a plan halfway through at least. So that is why everything took a little bit longer. Also, those are really, really big areas I'm covering with a lot of dark Copic marker. I personally am not a big fan of covering big areas with dark tones, because dark tones are the ones that mainly get streaky, because it's easier just to see that they are streaky. Like if you take like a light pink tone, of course you don't see it that easy because it's light pink. It's like it just goes very well with the paper. But all those dark blue tones, dark red, green, you can just really see when they are getting streaky. And the chance of them getting streaky on a big surface is like, it's a given. I just try to work fast, get the colors to blend very good, and then go over with my color pencils again. As you can see, I'm actually doing something at the hair, with the hair again, because I wasn't sure if it was good enough. I didn't like it yet. Oh my god, I'm drawing a lot, holy shit. Like, please tell me if you want me to make it a little bit shorter next time, or maybe only do coloration or whatever. Like, honestly, just write in the comments what else I could draw. You have some suggestions, or maybe if I should do a tutorial. This was just like, I wanted to draw this so we had something to start off with, like. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm doing the roses now. They look very cute, but my camera shut off when I was drawing them, so I'm so sorry that I'm actually missing out of that.
You found me when I was down. I didn't know you were around. Am I too big a deal? Am I what you're looking for?
So here's the finished drawing of Hibana. As I said, it took me around 20 hours to finish her. I really like the colors. The roses.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you liked how the drawing turned out. I'm so sorry that I didn't record how I drew the flowers at the end. Sadly my camera shut off, but I will try to watch out more for that next time. Also, I'm gonna try to upload more frequently again, so I would love you guys to maybe leave a like or subscribe if you want to, and then we see each other in the next video. Bye guys!